And we're live. Boys and girls, hello, this is me, Gibbon. And in this video, we're going to talk about the yoga versus Paidalajin. Let me know how you're today. We drink black coffee, no milk, no sugar. Okay. I want to shout out Justin for his questions, his comments, and Katisio, also many others that are watching this channel. Thank you so much for attention. In today's topic, we're going to talk about the Paidalajin versus yoga, and especially, of course, how the yogis were practicing their postures and how we practice the Lajin stretchings. So before starting, I need to say that I have around nine years of experience in Kundalini yoga. So it's 2021 now, so 10 years of experience in Kundalini yoga. I started 10 years ago, and I'm a true fan. Before I discovered Paidalajin, I practiced every day Kundalini yoga. Now I'm still practicing, but more like 4 times a week, 4 or 5 times a week, not every day. And I'm practicing Paidalajin daily now. So the postures in Lajin stretching versus the postures in yoga. And then I'm going to say also about their knowledge called marma. Their marma is related with the same as the traditional Chinese medicine, with points on the body that they one of the things they do is to massage or even to tap, to slap on those points. I'm going to talk about all this. So that being said, for the intro, the light is okay. Okay, so Justin asked that he's wondering how the ancient yogis practice their postures, if they are practicing them for just a little time, as Hong Chi Shao mentioned in one of his videos. So basically, Hong Chi Shao said that usually when people go to yoga class, they start to practice one posture, and when the healing effect comes and the pain comes a little bit, they change. Then again, when the energy start to dig into the sick places of the body, they change the posture, and that's why the way they practice yoga in almost every of the yoga studios nowadays is not effective for healing, because just when they start to heal, the healing point, they change the posture. So that's why Lajin is better for healing, and he's absolutely right. But does that makes a yoga non-effective practice? Of course not, because yoga and Paidalajin, they do not fight with each other. They are not trying to do the same things. Paidalajin is amazing for self-healing. That is the mission of Paidalajin. But the yoga has totally another mission. Yoga is practice for getting smarter, for doing your reality check. It affects your consciousness by a lot, and the postures are not doing. We don't do the postures because of healing effect. Of course, they have some healing effect, but we practice yoga not because of the healing effect, but because of the opening of the consciousness, expanding of our awareness and consciousness. That is the mission of yoga. So to feel the connection. Yoga means connection between all things. So The mission of yoga is to reach that yogic state of mind, this yoga consciousness. This is the mission. Paidalajin mission is self-healing. And these two are not in some kind of target, of having the same target. Many people don't know this about yoga, and of course many people heal themselves with yoga, but yoga is good for some conditions, for another conditions not so good. And yoga is amazing for respiratory system, actually for many things, but compared to Paidalajin is so much faster and so much more efficient in healing. Now for the duration of time, for the duration of practice. Not every of yogic postures are good for long practice. Some of them are good, some of them don't. Sorry about that. Sorry. Some of them are good, some of them are not so good. But the main thing here is that also even some postures from yoga, you need to have how to say, a background. But in Paidalajin, there is no background. You can do every single posture of the postures in the book. Some people cannot do this squatting on the heels, but if you, for example, start to stretch on the board and on the bench, sooner or later you will be able to do the squat and start to practice even the squatting position. So in yoga, you need to have background for performing. For example, the shoulder stand is Sarvangasana, the headstand, and for Westerns, the lotus position. Many things are hard to do. And in yoga, how to say, first of all, you don't practice them for health. You can practice Sarvangasana for health because it's amazing asana for your health. But not every asana has this target to make you healthier, to heal you. It is actually changing the mind, changing the way blood flows through our endocrine glands. Sorry, my English is, I need to translate it to my mind, to our endocrine glands, and the way they affect our consciousness, the way blood circulation does when we change the postures in yoga. So totally different. But in Paidalajin, so in Lajin, you do the posture to make your body healthier. This is the main target, and it is not posture that can damage you, but yoga postures can damage you. For example, you cannot stay in this position like the triangle pose. You cannot stay in this position for a long time because you stay like this till the rest of your life, you know. But in Lajin, you can start. You can lay on the bench, and you can lay as much as you can, no matter the pain, because these postures in Lajin, they have parameters that are physiological. In yoga, some of the postures, they don't have physiological parameters, so you can do them only for a little period of time. But for Lajin, you just lay, and there is nothing that can damage you if you stay too long. But in yoga, there is a lot that can damage you if you stay for long, and or if you push yourself harder. I mean, you can use your muscles to get better in the posture if you are not ready, and this will damage you a lot. But if you do the Lajin postures, they are not damaging. Even if you push yourself, they became even more and more and more healthier. So this is the main difference between the yoga postures and the Lajin postures. So first of all, Lajin, you can start from the first day and push yourself to your limits. In yoga, this is the biggest mistake ever. You start step by step, and this is mandatory. If you skip this, you get worse. So this is the logic in practicing yoga and Paidalajin, and little more for the Marma and Paida. There is ancient knowledge in Ayurveda, and as you know, Ayurveda and yoga, they stay on one philosophy, the Sankhya cosmology. They are they relate they are on this philosophy. I cannot think of the perfect word, but they are connected with this. So Marma is part of Ayurveda, that they have these points like in traditional Chinese medicine, and they affect these points in some ways. And one of the ways they affect these points are by tapping the points with a little sacks full of rice, and they look like something like this, and they tap the different parts with those sacks, and they are and this is the way they affect these points. But unfortunately, when Great Britain occupies India, Indonesia, one of the things they do is to kill healing masters, and many of the masters of Marma are being killed during this occupation, and all the humanity lost a lot. But it was very developed. There were many masters. So yeah, it is similar to Paida in some ways, because you are tapping on the key places. So I wanted to say that just because in India, in other Eastern countries, there are also ways of healing yourself with tapping. I don't know what else to say. This video, I don't want to be too long. Thank you so much for your watching and for your support. Thank you so much for your donations. You are amazing and making me super happy. Thank you, and see you in the next video.